Hello everyone. I'm just logging on, so if you are visiting tonight, please say hello. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. Hello everyone. I'm about a minute early. Hey Sonia. Sonia, you need the prize for always being the first here. You and Simone. Hi Simone. Hi, Gail. Thank you for sharing, ladies. Thank you so much. Hi, Joanne. Hello, Laura. Hi, Tina. Hey, Margaret. Hi, Chris and Linda. Lots of friends tonight. Hello, Peggy. I'm going to see some of you ladies this Saturday in class, and I cannot wait. I'm excited. Hi, Suzanne. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. It's been a little cool here, but it feels like spring, and so that's always nice. I love spring. Hi, Carol. Welcome. I have a treat in store for you ladies tonight, and it hasn't been on my Facebook page. So you're going to be very surprised with what we're creating tonight. And it's a little involved. If you want to grab some paper and pen, you may want to take some notes and measurements. Hi, Leslie. I can't wait either, Gail. All right. Hi, Carol. I have lots of Carols here tonight. I have Carol from Kansas, and I've got Carol from Maryland and the Tappahannock area. Hi, Lynn. Lynn, I'm so ready for Maui, but I'm not leaving till May 15th. Hi, Carolyn. Yeah, you're going to love tonight's surprise, okay? Oh, Joanne's got her first farmer's market this weekend, and then Joanne is going to be busy every single Saturday. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. All right, it's about 7:31. I'll wait just a few more minutes. I will show you what we're making, okay? And then I've got my announcements, and then we will get started. So we're going to make this little tote. Hi, Sandy. And I'm going to give you measurements tonight, okay? But you'll also find those measurements on my blog this Friday, and I'll remind you, okay? Hi, Lee, welcome. Hi, Suzanne. Suzanne, if you're having trouble sharing, I have no idea what to tell you at all. I know nothing about it. Hi, Sue. Yeah, that's a good question. Joanne, where is your farmer's market that you work every weekend? Hi, Liz. Liz is making dinner and listening. This is what we're making tonight, this sweet little tote. That's the inside. I've got a tag in there. And then this is the bottom, okay? So grab your pen and paper, all right? It is way too stinking cute, Tina, and this is my favorite piece of paper to show off. Hi, Sally. All right. Oh, so Farmer's Market is in Tappahannock. Okay. Hi, Linda. Welcome. We have lots of friends tonight. That is awesome. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. All right, well first I'm going to start by introducing myself in case we have anyone brand new tonight. If you are new, please say hello. That will get your name into the drawing for tonight's projects, okay? Now you know what to do with this piece of paper, Suzanne, and I'll show everybody the large piece of paper. It's here on my table so I can show everyone what that looks like. So, oh yes, we must have embezzlements, absolutely, on the tote. Hi, Joyce. I miss you, Joyce. I really hope I'm going to see you this Saturday. I've been thinking about you. All right, so I'm going to start by introducing myself. My name is Tammy Shia, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I've been a demonstrator for almost 13 years. And 13 is actually my favorite number. So that's something else about me. Hi, Ann. Hello, Carol. We've got a first timer. That's awesome. I'm so glad you're commenting so that you can be in the drawing tonight. I don't think I'll do a drawing for the tote because ladies, I have no idea how I would mail this and not smash it to pieces. So I won't be giving this away. I'm sorry to say that, but I just don't know how I would ship it without it just costing a fortune. So, hi Aunt Ethel. Oh yes, Joyce, you're going to be in class Saturday. Yay, I'm so happy about that. Hi Pam. Many of you know that my birthday was yesterday and I had a really nice day and my family took me out for dinner. And then we're going to celebrate some more this weekend with more family. So that'll be fun. Just immediate family. You know, nothing crazy, girls. Nothing crazy yet. And so I want to thank my Aunt Ethel who's watching. She's been watching now probably 7-8 weeks. And she made me a birthday card. And I received it yesterday, Aunt Ethel. And it is beautiful. And it is in my kitchen. I always put all my cards that you all send, I put them in my kitchen. I have a very large countertop near the sink, and I always put my cards there so that when I'm washing dishes or cooking, I can see my cards. So that's where they are. So yeah, so we had a fun day, and I just thank you for my birthday card, Aunt Ethel. I wanted you to be sure that I noticed. So thanks, everybody. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's see. We're ready to get started, and I'm going to start with, thank you, Melissa. Oh my goodness, you turned 70 on Sunday. Good for you. I am 57, so I'm 57 now, so I've made it to 57. All right, so I'm going to start with announcements tonight, and I'm going to start with my In Color share box. So I hope you will kind of take all this in, and I'm going to show you some of the product. I don't have all of it, so I need you to use your imagination with my share box. Still waiting on the product to come. All right, so I'm going to switch over. And in switching over, first of all, this box is all about the brand new In Colors that are going to debut on May 4th, okay? Now your In Color products come in a white pizza box. It measures about 8 by 8, and it will have a label on the top, and it will tell you the year of the In Colors. So not only is this a great storage piece, but it's labeled with the year so that you know when you're working with the In Colors, you know which years you're working with, okay? I'm reading y'all's comments as I talk. All right, so let's open this up and let's take a look at what is going to be in this year's inbox. First, I'll start with this luscious ribbon. It's 2.5 yards of each ribbon, giving you 12.5 yards. Now, I do label the In Color year, so you can reference that. And I also create a label for each color along with the item number. And I do that so let's say you're using this In Color ribbon and you run out of polished pink. Then you know that polished pink is one of your faves and that you might want a whole roll of that, okay? So that is the ribbon. Now you can just purchase the ribbon share, all right? That is a possibility. And I don't have that quote in front of me, but I wanna say it's like $8.75 for 12.5 yards of ribbon. So it's very inexpensive if you just want the ribbon share. Tara, I'm so glad you stopped by to say hi. Hang in there with us tonight. We've got a fun project, and I'm going over product shares now. All right, the next item in your product share box will be a full package of the In Color jewels. There are 100 jewels. Hi, Joyce. I'm going to see Joyce in May. She's coming to my open house all the way from North Carolina. Super excited about that. So can't wait to see you and meet you. All right, so these are the embezzlements, ladies. These are part of the product share, okay? So that's part of it. Now I'm going to show you the cardstock, and these are the new in colors. This is a test to see if I know my in colors. This is pale papaya. This is fresh freesia. Polished pink, isn't that gorgeous? Soft succulent, my new favorite green, because green's my favorite color. And this is evening evergreen. So these are the 5 new in colors. So in the in color box, you're going to get 4 card bases. They are pre-cut and pre-scored for you. 4 in each color. That's going to give you 20 card bases, okay? And they'll come folded and scored just like you see here, okay? Now the last part, I need you to use your imagination, because any day now, the brand new in colors, the designer paper, will be able to order, or at least that is my wish. So what I'm showing you now are last year's in colors, but this year's designs, okay? And so just imagine our brand new in colors, which are right here. Just imagine them in designer paper, okay? And these are the designs that you're going to have. Now let me tell you a little bit about the 6x6 designer paper. You're going to get 20 sheets. That's going to give you 4 of each color, okay? So 4 of each color in the new in colors, giving you 20 sheets. Now, there's also something else coming in the in share box, which is totally new, and it's shimmer vellum, okay? So you're going to get some 6x6 sheer vellum. You'll get 2 of each color. So that's going to be in the share box too, okay? Now, I think I've given you all of the contents of everything that will be in there. So let's talk free gifts, okay? Because I have added something new this year. All right. First of all, you will receive a color coach. It is handmade by me, and it will include the new in color and the coordinating colors for that in color, okay? So you're going to have 5 of these cards for the new in colors. And then you're going to notice that you'll also get the piece of cardstock, all right? So here's cinnamon cider. Here's the cinnamon cider cardstock. You would get pale papaya with the pale papaya cardstock, okay? So I hope that makes sense. You do receive a free color coach, and it'll look similar to this, but with all new paper and colors. Now the next item is our designer paper reference tool. This was last year's designer paper reference tool. You can store this with your in color paper. It's going to show you every design that you have and in every color, all right? So I've already created this year's card, but as you can see, the designer paper has not come yet, all right? We haven't been able to order the designer paper or the vellum, okay? But as soon as they're available, I will be ordering them, and I'm hoping you're gonna see it before May 1. I'm hoping I'm gonna see it before May 1. All right, now to go along with my share box this year, I'm doing something totally new. So let me zoom in, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna get rid of the Be Creative there. All right, here we are. So I've told you about the in color coach. I've told you about the DSP reference tool. And so this year, I am going to create a private Facebook group page with additional in color resources. So if you're purchasing the share box from me, you'll be invited to join this group. Now, you can purchase a share box if you're a demonstrator, okay, or if you're one of my customers. You're going to also get, and this is brand spanking new as well, it's called the Make and Take Card Kit. So when you receive your share box in the mail, there's going to be a Make and Take kit in there. And we will create that card together when I have a private online class. Now, this class is exclusive to my ladies who purchase this share box, okay? So you'll have a Make and Take inside your share box. You can join class on Thursday evening, June 17th in the private Facebook group, and it's 6:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, it'll be recorded, so you can always watch the replay, okay? So now let me give you some dates. First of all, you can go ahead and reserve your spot. You can reserve your spot for the In Color Share Box. Now, at this time, I cannot collect payment per Stampin' Up! Policy, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. You can pay via PayPal or credit card, and I'll send you that invoice on Monday, May 3rd. Now, this is how you let me know that you would like a share box. You can email me right here and say, Tammy, I'd love for you to reserve a share box for me. I'd like to pay via PayPal, or I'd like to pay via credit card. I can send you the invoice for payment, and it's very secure and very discreet. You can also Facebook message me and let me know that you want a share box, all right? Now, something I didn't tell you, and that's the price. So the price of this year's share box is $36, all right? But that includes that private class, your Make and Take, and all these other wonderful goodies up here. Now let me give you the timetable. The last day to order a share box is going to be Wednesday, May 5th. So you'll hear me talk about this every Wednesday night, okay? That's the last day I will place the share box order on Thursday, May 6th. Now the timing for shipping your share box is Tuesday, June 1. Now let me tell you why we've got a month in there. I am leaving on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip on Saturday, May 15th. That's a Saturday, which I just said. I will not be home until May 25th, all right? So I'm gone a good chunk of May, and it takes quite a bit of time to do these boxes, okay? So I need that time to prep. And so I'm hoping to ship on Tuesday, June 1. If the boxes are ready earlier, they'll ship earlier. If you're a local customer, you don't have to choose shipping, okay? If you're an online customer, of course, you're going to choose shipping. And the shipping will depend on the weight of the share box. I would imagine it's going to be between $8 and $10 to ship, okay? So keep that in mind. So, you know, many of you may ask, well, I'm a demonstrator. You know, can I order a share box from you? Yes, you can. I work with many hobby demonstrators who they do this as a hobby. They don't want to buy all of the product, and so they'll buy a share from me, and then they have a sampling of everything, okay? So yes, you are welcome to do that. In the comments tonight, it's best not to leave me a message in these comments, the live comments, because Facebook will filter out comments and I may not see it. So it is best to email me or to Facebook message me, okay? Does anyone have any questions regarding the share box? Thank you, Nancy. I'm so glad that you like the share box. For any of you who have purchased share boxes from me in the past, especially the in color box, feel free to leave a comment right now and let other people know how much you've enjoyed it. Now, a lot of love goes into these boxes, okay? I find this just really fun for me and a way to serve you. And after all, Stampin' Up! Is about serving others and blessing others with cards, right? So that's truly what it is all about. I want to thank everybody for birthday wishes. This is so nice. I did have a really nice day, Carol. Thank you. All right. We've had some more folks join us, and I just want to say a quick hello, and then we're going to move on to our project. All right. All right. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Hello, Cindy. It's so nice to have you from Western Maine. Oh my goodness, you're expecting snow. Cindy, my daughter went to law school in Cleveland, and one May she called me and she goes, Mom, it's snowing. And it was May. So I so get it. Hi, Cassandra. It's so good to have you from Texas. All right. Now, if any of you ladies are local, if you live in the Richmond, Virginia area, or feel like making a road trip to Richmond, Mechanicsville, I will be having my open house on May 1. Now, it's a Saturday, and this year with the open house, I do have allotted times for each of my hostess clubs. That's one of the perks of being in a club. And then I also have an allotted time for other local customers who would like to stop by. So all that information will be coming out probably by Friday. I'll send a newsletter so I can let everyone know that. Oh, thank you, Sue. I'm so glad you like the share box. Yes, Joanne got one last year too. Absolutely. All right, so we'll be talking about it the next few weeks. Just as soon as that paper and vellum comes, I'll be showing you. I can't wait to see the in color vellum. We've never done that before. So that's going to be really fun. And I'm looking forward to the June 17th class. It's an exclusive for my share box women or ladies or peoples. And it's going to be all about in colors. And so we'll have lots of card samples and all kinds of good stuff. So yes, the coast will be clear in June, Cindy. Absolutely. All right, so you do have until May 5th to place your share box order. All right? All right, well, I'm going to get that out of the way so that I can make room for all this Hydrangea Hill stuff. This has been so much fun. I've had so much fun with this suite, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of that suite. There it is right there. It's got designer paper, a stamp set, a die set, ribbon, pearls, mercury acetate sheets as well. So you'll get to see all of these products tonight. Thank you, Melissa. I wish you lived closer too. Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right. So let's see. Let's scoot on over. If you do have your mini catalog with you, turn on over to page 18, 19, and 20. All right? All righty, so we did look at all of these products last week, and we talked about a lot of these samples as well. And so I'll just briefly, for anyone who missed it, I am going to briefly just show you the designer paper because it's so beautiful. All right, this is one of the pieces of designer paper right here, and I'll zoom out so we can get a better look. Thank you so much, ladies, for the compliments. I really appreciate it. There's another piece of designer paper. Here's a piece. Thank you, Joyce, for the birthday wishes. I really did have a nice day. I created a few cards that I needed to do, and I got to go out to dinner with my husband and one of our daughters. And then I'm gonna see my twins this weekend. They're coming, along with my daughter's fiance, and my mom is coming. And we are gonna celebrate on Sunday. And my daughters are gonna cook for me. So I'm super excited about that. I won't have to cook this weekend. So ladies, this is our beautiful paper, all right? The Hydrangea Hill designer paper. All right, and the Mercury sheets are right here. This one comes in Rococo Rose, and this one comes in Highland Heather. And if you flip it over, you have silver. All right, and we're gonna try and make a card tonight with the mercury acetate sheets, but I'm gonna start on the gift bag first, okay? All right. All right, here we go. So this is the gift bag we're going to make, and I wanna show you the large sheet of designer paper. I have to grab that. And I'm going to take it out of this plastic so that we don't have the light reflecting on it. This is the large piece of the Hydrangea Hill, all right? This would be amazing for scrapbooking. I mean, here's the whole scrapbook page done for you. You could even turn this sideways if you want, just like that. And I was actually able to use the 6x6 paper. Now, this is what I did. This was part of the share box in January, and many of you purchased that share box from me. So if you did, you can create your tote with these two pieces of paper. So if you've got a share box from me, you already have this for making your tote, all right? Here is the original piece. And of course, all I did was I cut at 6 inches and I cut across at 6 inches. That gave me 4 panels, okay? Which would be enough to make 2 gift totes, all right? Okay, so this is what we're gonna start with. And the first measurements you're going to need, and you might be able to pull this right on out of your share box. What we're going to do is we're going to cut from the top. This is going to be the top of the gift bag, okay? I don't wanna cut off any of this because this is just beautiful. So I'm gonna cut from the top. And so we know we need 6 inches across. And by the way, you know all our 6x6 designer paper? You can make a ton of tote bags with the 6x6 paper, okay, which is really cool. All right, so 6 inches across. And then we want to cut it at 4 1/4. So here I am at 4 1/4. And boy, that seems like a lot. Hang on, let me check. Oh, I know what I want it to do. It has to be 4 1/4. Hang on. I'm a little concerned about that. Let me check. I don't want to cut it wrong. All right, so if I measure this, see that? I want my tote to be at 4 1/4 inches tall, all right? So if I cut it here at 4 1/4, that'll do it. It just seems so short to me, but that is correct. All right. So measure twice and cut once. Here we go. All right, it's done. And let's just be sure now that I cut this correctly. Hi, Linda, welcome. I did cut it correctly, all right? So that's what you need. That's 1 panel for your gift tote. Hi, Brenda. Now we're gonna cut the other one. And we're gonna do the same. It's going to be 4 1/4 inches. All right, and then we'll trim. And so now I have this left over and I'll use it for something else, all right? Okay, so those are done. And now I think what we'll do is we'll work on the handles of the bag, okay? So here's my 2 panels. And now I'm going to show you which dies I use to create these handles, okay? I'll turn it over. You can see here that I've used the stitched oval shape, all right? And then I've used the layering oval on the inside, all right? So layering ovals, this is what I use tonight. By the way, this is retiring, and I don't know if there are any available, but ladies, if you're new to crafting, if you have the Stampin' Cut emboss machine or another die cutting machine and you don't have these, you need them. These are my staples. I use them probably, I don't know, just almost every class. These are the stitch shapes, and yes, these are also retiring, and I use these a ton. So I'm really, really going to miss them. Okay, so let's get out the dies. And I'm going to measure these for you to give you an idea of the size. This is the largest stitched oval, all right? So that one's an easy one. It's the large stitched. And it's going to measure about 3.5 inches across the die. So that's the one you're looking for, okay? And it's approximate. Then we've got our oval. And again, this one from east to west is about 2 3/4 inches. All right. So if you don't have these, they need to be on your list. Okay. All right. So now we're going to create a handle, and we're going to use a piece of Highland Heather cardstock. And it needs to be, this is just scrap paper. So if you've got scrap paper in the drawer, just use that. But this one's measuring about 3 3/4 by 3 inches, all right? And that's gonna be big enough for me to cut the handle, all right? So that's what we're gonna do first. And I'm gonna get out my mini because I have a small workspace under the camera here, and this should work beautifully with this. I know that I'm gonna need platform 1, and here's my picture, ladies, for the sandwich, all right? You just follow this diagram. That's a 1. Then we have 2, all right? We need a platform 2. I'm just gonna take a quick sip of water. Okay. Then, of course, we want our cardstock. We've got the stitched oval right here. This is scrap paper. I don't need to center it. I'm actually going to cut both at the very same time. And when I cut both at the same time, when it comes out of the machine, it's going to look like this. So I'm saving a little time by cutting both at the very same time. Now, this is not a magnetic platform, and so I am going to take some of our washi tape because that's going to hold that die in place, okay? And if I don't get this straight now, I'll have to look for more scrap paper. Hi, Mary, welcome. Okay, so here we go. Let's see here. I'm standing up so I can kind of get a bird's eye view here. All right. I think this is probably the hardest thing you're gonna do. Well, I won't say the hardest. There's one other thing we have to do. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I think that'll take care of it. And I think that will give us a good handle. And so now I'm just gonna put this here. And the camera's gonna shake. I apologize for that. I'm on this folding table here. There we go. Now I'm gonna pull my machine out of the way. And let's see what we've got. First of all, I have an oval that I can use on another project. And let's see how our handle turned out. All right, so that's our handle there. And it matches that handle there, so pretty good. You need 4 of these, okay? I have already cut out the other 3. So you don't have to watch me do that, okay? But you do need 4 of these handles, okay? Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and I made a template of this oval here, which is that inside of the oval, okay? And this is a Post-it note, and I made sure that when I cut it, that I had the sticky stuff up here, okay? Because I want it to stick to my paper. I'm gonna put on my glasses here. We know that this is gonna measure about 6 inches across, okay? And I know that I want my handle in the middle. And so this is where it gets a little tedious, because of course I want it to be right in the middle, right? So if I do that, I've got about 1 3/4 inches on that side. And I actually have, well, it could go over just a tad. So do you see what I'm doing with the Post-it note? I am putting that there because that's where we're going to cut it. I think that's going to take care of it. All right, and we've got 1 3/4 on both sides. Now, I just realized that I'm going to need my other Stamp and Cut emboss machine, because this has got to go through the machine, okay? Because we're going to cut a little area, all right, so that we can glue the handle. And that probably doesn't make any sense, but it will once we do it. So let me grab my larger machine. Okay, sorry about that. All righty. Now you can see why I like using my little one under the camera here. It makes it so easy. All right, here we go. Those are the platforms we need. This is about where we're gonna put this. And what I'm gonna do here is, maybe if I zoom out, can I zoom out? Let's see. Maybe I'm already zoomed out. Let's see, here we go. All right, so what I'm doing is, I'm going to take that die, okay? I'm gonna lay it right there. That is what I need to cut, okay? All right. Oh, wow, that was smooth. All right, so now let's look. And this is what we have, okay? And this is where we're going to take that oval and we're gonna glue it to that, okay? And you can see I cut a little bit of the Post-it, but that is no big deal. Now we also need to do the other side of the tote. I cannot get this up, there we go. All right. So to do this one, if we want to make them the same, let's move on over here again. I can lay this down. Let me move these, get these together again. And I can put that right there, okay? Let me make sure my paper didn't move. All right, I think that'll take care of it. And so we'll put this plate on and we're gonna roll this through again. And that way our handles will be the same on both sides of the tote, all right? So hopefully that makes sense. Sure enough, they are the same, okay? So now when they're across from each other, the handles will be in the very same place. So that's how you do your handles. Okay. Now the next thing we'll do is, now I can zoom back in for you. We're going to put these handles on, okay? So to put them on, I like to use the Tombow glue. Hi, Mary Kay, welcome. Happy to have you, even though you're late. No worries. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually take that Tombow glue, put it here, and then I am going to glue it. And at this point you can turn your handles until you get them just like you want, so it's kind of even on both sides there. Okay, so that's the first handle. Oh gosh. Oh, you can do it, Nancy. I promise you, you can do it. Okay, if I can do it, anybody can do it. All right, so that's one side. Now we're going to cover up the inside here. So let's go on and do that. And then we're just going to glue these two handles together. And I think I just need to pick it up. Oh, and you know what else I wanted to do? Hang on. We need glue up here. Forgot that. Put the glue here. My fingers are getting sticky. All right. There we go. And we'll just move this until we get them just right. All right. Okay. Now, you can see this on the inside is not lined up, but the handle is lined up, and that's what we want. And this is the inside, so no one is going to see that. You can also take your paper snips, and you can get rid of that if you want, okay? So either way. So that's one of our handles. Now we're going to do the other one. And again, we're just doing right under here. And then we're going to add this. Right along there. Okay? So there's a handle there. And then now we're going to take this handle, and this is going to go on the inside. And so we're going to glue this handle along here. And now we can put these two together. I'll have to share with you where I got this idea. This is not my idea, but it's from a very dear friend of mine a few years ago. I'm not sure how many years it's been, but Stampin' Up, I went on the Stampin' Up incentive trip, and we went on a Mediterranean cruise. And that was the first year that it was a global incentive trip, which meant demonstrators from all over the world could earn the trip. And so I met a demonstrator who lives in Germany, but she could speak very good English, and I got to meet her and her husband, and we hit it off, and we were together that entire cruise and had so much fun. Her name is Anya. She lives in Germany, and unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, she's not allowed to travel to the U.S., so I won't get to see her this year, and I didn't get to see her last year either because we didn't even have an incentive trip. So, but this was Anya's design, so she gets full credit, and I just love what she did with this. All right, are you all ready to get started on the bottom? Let's take care of that. Now, this measurement is going to be an easy one for you. You're going to need a piece of Highland Heather, and it's going to measure 3 inches by 6 inches, okay? And we're gonna score it. Now I have my scoring tool right here, and we're gonna score it at a 1/2 inch. This is the 1/2 inch here. I don't know, you all probably cannot see it that well, but that is the 1/2 inch mark, okay? And I'm scoring. And then I'm gonna turn it around, and then I'm gonna score at 2.5. All right. So this becomes the bottom of the tote bag. So let's fold over this score line. And we're gonna fold over this score line right here, okay? And then you can either use your Stampin' Seal Plus, or you can use your tear and tape. And some people even call this sticky strip, okay? I think I'm gonna go with the tear and tape because it's still here in my hand. And I'm actually gonna put this along that score line, all right? And I'll show you that close up. Right there where it folds, okay? And then we're gonna do the same to the other side. Again, right along that score line. And I'll put that away. And here it is on this side as well, okay? Yes, it is a 1/2 inch on each side, Laura. Yes, absolutely. 1/2 inch and then 2.5. Okay, or you could do a 1/2 inch, turn it around, and then do a 1/2 inch again. Okay, it can be either way. All right, I'm taking off my sweater. Still have my shirt on, but I have to take off the sweater. I'm getting warm. Now we're ready to add the bottom to the tote bag, okay? And so here, let's see. I'll use my paper snips here. All right, lift up under that paper. And then right along this score line is where I'm going to put the tote, okay? There we go. All right, so that's what it's gonna look like, okay? Now we're gonna do the other side. And we're gonna lay this right along that score line as well, okay? And when we do that, ladies, we've got the bottom of the tote bag. Isn't that cute? Just like that, okay? I feel something sticky right there, so I'm gonna get my stickiness off because this is gonna be a pretty bag and I don't want it messed up. All right, there we go. Okay, now, are you ready to do the sides, okay? Pay close attention to this, and you might even want to write down some of these notes, okay? Hi, Tracy. Welcome from Maine. Good to have you. Okay, so ladies, you're going to need 2 of these for the sides of the tote, okay? So let's measure. It's going to be 3 inches by 4 3/4 inches, okay? You will need 2 of these. Now, I'll probably zoom in really close so that you can see what I'll be doing, okay? So I'm gonna zoom in on these measurements. I'm gonna move this out a little bit. And we're actually going to score at a 1/2 inch on 3 sides, just 3 sides, okay? So that's important. Here's my 1/2 inch. I'm scoring, that's the lighter blade, okay? Maybe if I move it over here, there's not as much glare. Again, we're gonna do a 1/2 inch, like that, and a 1/2 inch. Wouldn't this be this would have been nice for Easter, but it could also be really nice for Mother's Day. All right, so can you see what I've done here? Hi, Maria. We've got a 1/2 inch here, scored at a 1/2 inch again, scored at a 1/2 inch again, okay? Now let me see if I need to do another one. Yep, sure do. Actually, I have one done, so I'll leave that. Okay, the next step is to find the middle of this piece of paper. Now, if you remember, this is measuring 3 inches across. So I know my midpoint is 1.5 inches. So I am going to put this on 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna make a little tick mark, okay? Right there. It's in pencil, so I can certainly erase it. All right? So now that that is done, what I'm gonna do is, and I'll probably zoom in a little closer, this is the tricky part. When I go to score this, I'm gonna go from this middle point to this corner. So this is the corner that I'm talking about. Do you see that corner? I'm going to score from here over to here. So it's not a straight line, okay? And I can see that mark right through this tool. Right here is where that scoring blade is going to go. And then I've got to turn this because I need to score. I need to score to that little teeny point right there. All right. And so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to show you. Remember the middle? And I scored right through that intersection. Okay? It's hard to see, isn't it? There we go. Can you see that better? Okay. Now that I've done that, I'm actually going to do it again. So again, I've got to find this other little intersection, that little area. And I think that's going to do it. Okay. And now I'll zoom out just a little to get the whole piece of cardstock in here. This is like a math lesson, isn't it, Laura? All right, look, see that middle point? I scored down to that hole, okay? I took that middle point again and I scored through, all right? So hopefully you can see that, okay? It's not that I'm good at it, it's just because I've kind of been practicing to make sure that I get it right. All right, so you need 2 of them. I've already done one, so you don't have to watch me do that again. And now what I'm going to do is, let's take some paper snips. I'll fold this so you can kind of see what we're doing. Folding the sides and the bottom. And then this part is what will go on the side of the tote. All right. This is a good math lesson, Laura. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to trim off a little bit. All right. Don't panic. It's going to work out just fine. See what I've trimmed off? I'm going to go up here. I'm going to do the same thing. All right. Let's see. Let me do it like this. Okay, get that out of the way. All right, so that's going to be our first side. And we're going to add tear and tape to that. The Stampin' Seal Plus, the applicator is a bit wide, so I think the tear and tape just kind of works better with this. All right. And I'm putting tape around the sides and the bottom. All right. I watched a video, Carol. That's how I learned how to do this. I watched my friend Anya's video. I cheated. All right. So now I'm going to pull off the adhesive. If I can get my scissor points in there. I should probably use my take your pick tool. All right. Come on. And now one more. Okay, yes, Tombow would also work nicely, Mary. Absolutely. All right, so here we are. We're ready to put on our side. And so the first thing I'll do is I'm going to fold that, okay? That is going to fit. And you know what? I'm going to trim. Let me take just a little more off. It feels a little bulky. Sorry, I know you can't see. I'm just going to take out that little bit of a corner, and I think that'll make it fit better. Just something I noticed. Okay, so now we're back to adhering this to the bottom, okay, of the tote. All right, see that? It's attached. And now I can add it here. All right, so now that side's done. I want to challenge you ladies to make one of these this week. I really think you can do it. It's not that hard, and you can always hit replay and stop and fast forward and rewind. Okay, there's my first side. And then I can just take an eraser and erase that little pencil mark, okay? So that's side one. And now we'll come over here and do the second one. And like I told you, this one is already done for you. I'm gonna cut. I've got sticky stuff on my paper snips, and now my paper and everything else wants to stick to it. All right. And now we'll go back and add that tear and tape. Thanks, Gail. I'm sure there's some other great teachers watching tonight. All right. I have another one to show you. When I'm done with this one, I did one with the dragonfly paper, and so I'll show you that tote too, okay? Yay, Melissa's already decided on one. Melissa, I want pictures, okay? Tell us your designer paper. If you ladies are gonna make one of these, what designer paper are you thinking about using? You can go right to your share box. Wouldn't this be beautiful in the end colors? Would that not be so cool to do this with end colors? Oh my gosh. Suzanne, when I graduated from college, I had a bachelor's degree in elementary education through 4th grade. And I also had a minor in library science. And so I was actually a librarian at a Richmond, Virginia elementary school. So that's how I got my start. All right, here's our side, ladies, all right? And it does help to fold those score lines and kind of tuck that in there, okay? Oh, wow, Melissa, 32 years. Wow, incredible. I taught for 4 years, and then our first daughter was born, and I've been home ever since. I raised our 3 daughters, and then I got into paper crafting. So, all right. So here's my bottom. Hang on one second. It doesn't want to stick, so I need to take my thumb and rub against that. Oh, good, Joyce. I'm so glad. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I hope my daughter doesn't ask me to make any of these for the wedding, because I don't think that would be fun, you know, to make like 100 of these. I don't think so. Oops. That one got stuck on me. So these are the things that can happen when you're not paying attention. There we go. All right, so that is that side. Yeah, Laura's had 13 years teaching and worn right out. Oh my gosh, Sandy, thank you. What a sweet compliment that is. Thank you. All right, what do you think? You've got your sides, and you've got your bottom. You've got your handles, and look how they meet because we did the handles first. I really think that is key. All right, it's very, very helpful. Well, let's go ahead and we'll add a few embezzlements. These are the pastel pearls, and we're just gonna add a couple here. I'll put one about right there. And then I'll take a Highland Heather pearl. These pearls are going to carry over. Pretty positive on that. Probably should have double checked. All right. So that's the pearls. And then we'll add some of the gorgeous grape ribbon. The gorgeous grape ribbon will also carry over. I'm so glad everybody likes it. The pearls are amazing. You get 4 different colors. That's what's so nice about it. I do wish, though, there were some various sizes. That would be nice. All right, here we go. I'm tying a bow. We had 3 daughters, and or we have 3 daughters, and so I have tied a lot of bows in my time. All right, I will go on. I'm going to cut it on the diagonal. All right, just like that. So that's going to be our sweet bow. I'll probably need to work with that a little bit to get that to lay down correctly. And then we are adding a tag. Now this tag is one of the dies in the Hydrangea dies, okay? So that's just one of the die cuts. I'm looking for some words here, and I know I had some. Well, I think I had some. Let me see. I must look for them. Well, here we go. This will be for you. I almost did not even see that. We're going to use Gorgeous Grape. And I know that is here somewhere. I have every ink color up here. Here we go. Gorgeous Grape. And we'll put For You right there. And then I just take a glue dot, so I need to pick this up. I just put a little glue dot behind that tag, okay? And just kind of wiggle it off. And then I'm just gonna tuck that tag right under the knot of the bow, all right? And so now we have our sweet little tote bag. Be a lovely gift for a friend. And the nice thing is you can use 6x6 paper. That's what's so awesome about it. All right, it doesn't take a lot of paper. Now let me show you the dragonfly one that I made, all right? So this is the dragonfly right here. It's right here, and it says, thank you for your kindness. And I punched this out with the dragonfly punch, and that's designer paper. And I added the little bumblebee ribbon. Isn't that fun? Thank you, Pam. So glad you like it. There we go. So now you can see it. And I'll take pictures of both of these for my Facebook page and my blog page. You can visit my blog at becreativestamping.com on Friday, and you're going to find the measurements and the supply list, okay? But these are the two totes, and they're just so fun. I want to make one in every designer paper. Just wish I had the time to do it. Isn't that awesome? Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you like it, Aunt Ethel. Who knows, you may get one for Mother's Day. Okay, so we're gonna make a card, and I'm gonna show you how to use these mercury acetate sheets, okay? I knew you were gonna say that, Sue. Sue says, I think you should make a bag for each guest at your daughter's wedding. Oh my gosh. And she's getting married at Christmas, Sue, on top of all of that. Can you see me making 140 some bags? I'd be crazy. So we're gonna make this little card here. And I've already done a lot of the stamping and the cutting because I knew our bag was gonna take up quite a bit of time. And of course, I don't want to keep you all night, right? So we're going to use another piece of the hydrangea paper. And this is going to measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is the front of a card base. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad you've been waiting on these. These are fun. And what's nice is, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know I have demonstrators watching. I'm pretty sure the mercury acetate sheets are going to carry over. I think I'm correct in that. I hope I am. Now, if you purchase the share box from me, you've got some mercury sheets in there, okay? You already have some. Thank you, ladies. Whoops, that's stuck in the wrong place. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get this on the card base. All right, I'm starting at the scored part of the card base. There we go. All right, so that's gonna be the front right there, okay? Then I'm gonna add the mercury sheet, if I can find it. You know, it's funny, I have everything together in the tray and I still can't see it. Yes, Carol, I can do that. It would be worth the drive, right? Carol says I will, she says, invite us over, serve food and wine, and we'll make the bags. Absolutely, I would love it. That would be so fun. All right, okay, so here's the mercury sheet that we're gonna use. We're gonna go with the silver side. This is the Highland Heather side, okay? But we're gonna go with the silver. Now, with the silver, I did pop it up, and I'm gonna show you how I did that so that you can't see the dimensionals, all right? I'm gonna put dimensionals where there is some solid space. And what I mean by that is there aren't any holes, okay? See where I'm putting that? So when I flip it over, you don't see the dimensional. So I'm putting it in the solid areas. All right, so I'll do that again. And I'll put one right there. Okay. And I just did 4 dimensionals. You can certainly do more. Thank you, ladies. Y'all are awesome. Once we figure out, you know, what we're doing. All right. So now I've popped up the sheet. Melissa, good point. There is a backing on the silver side. And sometimes I can pull it up and sometimes I can't. So I don't worry about it. But check this out. Here it is right here. So it's backing, it's on the silver side, and now I'm pulling it off. Sometimes it's just super hard to get off. Now this one on the other side, I did not peel off, okay? But once you peel it off, it is definitely shinier, okay? You're right, Sue. Sue says, we haven't been here to check out the new kitchen. So yeah, I need to have y'all over for snacks, wine, and bag making. Absolutely. I love it. All right. I've already taken the time to stamp our hydrangea. All right. And I've done it with the black Memento ink. And I'm going to take Highland Heather. And I'm going to take this solid image here, okay? Let me get out my mat right here. All right, and let's see. I've inked it in Highland Heather. I am gonna stamp off. Oh, thanks, Joyce. I forgot to tell you the size. I'll measure it for you. And then I'm just gonna stamp right over that. And that is my hydrangea, okay? Now, let me do one in Rococo Rose, and then I'll give you those measurements, okay? All right, hang tight. I've got to get my, my simple chamois. I should just leave a simple chamois right here on my table so it's here every week. Okay, so now let's move over to the Rococo Rose, which I have open, and we're going to stamp another hydrangea, okay? And I am going to stamp off, and I'll stamp onto here, all right? Be careful not to get your leaf. Let's see, are there any other ways to adhere the acetate? I think you could do it with glue dots. So use the mini glue dots or use dimensionals. Anybody else have any other ideas? I guess you could use Tombow glue, but I've never ever tried that, Carol. So to be honest, I'm not sure. All right, now the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to put some pear pizzazz on the leaves, and then I'm going to measure the sheets, okay? So here's pear pizzazz. I'm going to put that right there. Isn't that pretty? And I've got one more to do here. If I can pick it up. There we go. So that's with pear pizzazz ink, okay? Let's measure the acetate here. See what size it is. 3.5 inches by 4 3/4 inches, okay? So that's the size of the acetate. And we're going to add these two hydrangeas. So let's see how we're going to do this. Here's the other one. I think we're going to put our Highland Heather one down first. I did pop them up. I know y'all are just shocked by that. So let me do that real quick. We'll get this one popped up. But this is really a quick card too, with the acetate on it. It's really fun. The mirror side, I guess, is the silver. Oh, you've already asked me, Joyce. I see. What size is the mirror side? Got it. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of put that in the middle there, okay? And then we're going to stack this hydrangea on top. And I am going to give away this card, okay? So hang tight and we will have a drawing, okay, for the card. I'm just not going to do the bag because, I just think it'll get smashed or just cost way too much, to get it there. All right, and I will put this about right here. Okay, just like that. So you can see here, all right, how these are popped up. Now, I want to show you something. I want to show you this piece tonight and this over here, okay? So I'm pretty sure I have some stamped. Let's see. And I actually have a bag of them if I can find them. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to get out some of these that I've already done. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because running short on time, you know, due to our bag. Okay. All right. So this piece right here, I want to show you. It's this stamped image and this stamped image, okay? And then this piece right here, you can stamp on top. And again, this same piece, you can stamp right here. And when you do that, then you get something that looks like this, all right? Then you can make your flower three-dimensional. All right, which is what I'm doing here. So I would add this about right here, and then I'm making it three-dimensional. Now you can also take, let's see, I'm gonna put some glue dots on this. You could use Stamp and Seal if you wanted. These are stamped in Seaside Spray. It's a blue. And so here, I can actually put another hydrangea in the background. So that's the other use for it. So you can use it for a 3D item or put it behind here as a background of another hydrangea. All right, does that make sense? So when I started stamping with the stamp set, I didn't understand those pieces. So that's kind of why I'm explaining those. Y'all probably already knew, but I couldn't figure out those little pieces. So this is just baker's twine. I'm just gonna pop it right here with a glue dot on the hydrangea, just like that, okay? Yeah, it does make a really sweet little card. And then we're gonna take some gorgeous grape, which is that darker purple. And this die that I'm stamping on is also part of the hydrangea, all right? It's part of that hydrangea stamp set, all right? And the words just fit there. And instead of popping it up, I've added some seal, and I'm just going to kind of lay it over the flowers. All right, so I'll zoom in so that you can get a closer look at that. And I'm going to clean up this space a little bit so that we can have a drawing for this card, okay? So we'll be giving that away in just a second. Now, if you're new tonight and you haven't commented, please say hello because your name will be in the drawing, all right? You have to comment to get your name in the drawing. And we would love to have a brand new follower win tonight, all right? So let me just get some of my things out of the way. Let's see. Okay, so get in those last minute comments. Okay, and I'm going to bring my computer over here. And I'm going to get it set up for us. I hope you enjoyed tonight's projects, and I hope you will try the bag. Not only try the bag, But make one because I want to see it, okay? I want to see what you can do with it. And you can use the paper from your paper share box. All right, so I'm going to get over here. I'll have all the measurements for you on Friday. All right, we are almost ready. Okay, whoops, not what I wanted. All right, I'm gonna switch on over now. Everybody got their comments in? Simone says, send it to me. I'll pay for the shipping. Oh gosh, I love it. Oh me. All right, here we go, ladies. I don't know if you can see this, but right here I'm gonna push start, and that's gonna give us the winner for tonight's card. Okay? So let's see who's gonna win this. Linda Darling. Ooh, I like that last name. Linda Darling. Linda, I'm pretty sure I have your address, but if you would like to message me that would be awesome too. That would be great. And that way I won't have to look. I'll try and get it in the mail to you tomorrow. All right. Now, I'm going to see some of you tomorrow night because you're on my Be Creative stamping team. And we are having our virtual conference. We're getting together for dinner and for making cards. And it should be a wonderful, wonderful conference. And I know not all of my team members can make it. And I wish you could, but we'll have lots to talk about because we can talk about all the projects that we're gonna see tomorrow night, okay? All right, if you're interested in the product share, the In Color Share box with the exclusive free class, message me or email me and let me know. And then also, and I didn't mention this, but if you are shopping, my online address is shop.becreativestamping.com, and this is the April hostess code, okay? So if you're shopping, you can use that code. Ladies, you all are so welcome. I really hope you'll give the bag a try, and you can always come back and look at the video and stop it and rewind and all that kind of stuff. So, and I know you can do it, so. All right, well, I'll see some of you tomorrow night at our team meeting. I'll see some of you Saturday in Richmond for my class. And I'm gonna see the rest of you next Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Next Wednesday night, we're gonna talk about that darling little snail that's in the mini. It's called the Snailed It Bundle. And I can't wait to play with that little snail and all the cuteness that goes with it. So please join me next week for that, okay? All right, ladies, go out and have a great week. And if you get a chance, send a card to someone, all right? And I'll see you next Wednesday night. Bye.